Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Who am I? I am A-Z Mother D. AZD, what's up everybody? I'm coming to you from Las Vegas. This is the second video blog in a new series of video blogs. Your favorite bad boy on the web. There are some bad boys on the web. Shout out to Wes Watson. Wes Watson, shout out. Real bad boy. And that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. People that are talking, right? You know, you got the bad motherfuckers in every field, but I don't see that many bad motherfuckers communicating. See that? I see a lot of bad motherfuckers fighting. I know some of them in music, and man, these are some of I know some of the baddest motherfuckers you've ever seen. In fact, if you think I'm cool, you should meet my friends. I'm pretty cool. I became a celebrity doing this. Did you know that? Some time ago, you're not a celebrity. Why are you watching me? I ain't watching you. Some time ago, I did a video blog on YouTube, right? I spoke about my teacher, Manu Tupo. Boom, pow, oh. That's like a salute, a gunshot, and even a fucking ship sailing with his flag, all right? So I met this guy, Manu Tupo, and he changed my life, and he showed me the power of my imagination. And that, you know, you're just imagining that. It was more like, you're just imagining that. Start. The imagination is the beginning, the middle, and the end of the creation. When you begin to imagine anything, right? The start, which is the first letter of, when you say Om, you know, Om, it's three sounds. It's A, it's start. That's the start of creation. Alpha, A, AZD, start of it. And so when you imagine, right? You imagine, and that's the first moment you put it out there. Now, if I imagine, and then I let go, I say but if I keep saying now it's ooh, right? So we got the creation, ooh, continue. On the ooh, we have I imagine, ready? Once I imagine, the imagination has to move. For example, let's say you imagine a new car or a new house, right? You don't just see the picture, that's the first thing. Then the picture begins to have life. You walk in it, you see people, you look at it in your mind through different angles and okay, now we got the ooh. But then if you continue the ooh, something happens. If you go ooh, M. When you do it quicker and quicker, it goes and then people go maybe, but that's not right. You're supposed to circle from the beginning of creation to the middle to the end, life, birth, death. 1, 2, 3, Holy Trinity. Now let's go over here. You begin your imagination. Bam! But the picture has to move, right? You go, I'm gonna get my car washed. You don't suddenly see your car in like a magazine, ding! There's a movement. But the very first car wash, imagine, ding, A. What's it gonna look like? Ooh, and what about the M? How does it end? That's the part. It's real important, okay? My imagination doesn't end with that. That's where people stop sometimes. If you go there, you still got some motion going. Why? Because there's the first A, the ooh, when it moves, movement is energy now in action, in motion, right? Energy in motion creates what? Time. Time is a measurement of particles in space as they move from point A to point B, right? So if this thing goes from here to here, that's slow, and you measure the time, what are you measuring? Movement in space. So once I create my imagination, I need to create movement in space. It has to end somewhere. There has to be an ending to it. When does it end? Ready? Keep imagining. As you live your day, remember it and imagine it. Keep going, keep going, keep going until in your day, remember that car you were imagining? Remember it? Remember it? Show up, buy it, end of creation. But you're not supposed to stop the motion of your imagination until it lands. So it starts way up here, right? Take it from the sky, ooh, bring it here, make it manifest, make it manifest. What's the ooh? It's all the time it's going to take for all the particles in your life to align for you to get that Bugatti. Right now you don't have the material, right? Right now you have a job and you want a Bugatti, but it's impossible with your job to get a Bugatti. Why? Well, what are you going to do? Your job, continuously working at McDonald's as a server, will not get you a Bugatti. So if you want a Bugatti, you better either stop imagining it, or if you keep imagining it, one day you're going to be at work and some customer guys, this happened to me. Some lady's going to come up to you. Okay, so I got a job at Macy's just to see what it's like to get a job as a regular human. You heard my words right. So I got hired in the martial arts school at the age of 13. They had to write a letter to the U.S. Taekwondo Association, USTU, whatever, and get permission to have someone as young as me below black belt. It was 2 categories. You could not be teaching adult class like that, okay? Too young and not black belt anyways. I was 1 below black belt, right? My instructor, okay, my man won't say the name at this point because of whatever. My instructor pulled me aside. I said, we want to hire you because I was going to go get a job. I was telling them I need to get a job at 13, right? I need to get a job. So we're going to hire you, but we have to do it under. We can't do it in front. Why? Because these 2 qualifications. However, we're going to write to them and we're going to try to get you approved through some big name martial arts. This was my life at 13, okay? Still look like a nerd though. Then I'm like excited. I tell my parents the next day. She brings me in. It was a female instructor with the man together. And she brings me in. He comes in and they say, look, we're not going to write anything. You're not even going to say anything. And anybody asks you here, you're not getting paid. But you're now hired. This much per hour. Here's your schedule. That was my first job at 13, right? So after school, I would show up at work at 13 years old because I'd go to martial arts school. I would teach the kids' classes. When the kids' class would be over, it would be adult class, my class. At 13, you go to the adult class over there. So I do adult class, then go home, go to school, end school, go teach. Adult class, this is my life. Right? We can go practice a little bit, go. You do that for a while, you run these numbers, 369, 369, 369, 369. At some point, at 14 or 15, they have a convention of teachers and things like that, and I'm really, really young, and suddenly they call me up. I'm surprised. Right before they call me up, the master instructor comes up to me, my master instructor, and I was sitting there, he says, hey, you're gonna go up there and you're gonna teach this drill to this whole YMCA. It was a whole YMCA stadium, right? Packed with martial artists. My heart's beating so fast. Between the time he says that to the time I go up is about a minute. Because then he walks right up, he says something to the microphone switch, then I have somebody who's gonna come up, he's gonna show you, it's called sparring drill number 1. Arash, come up. Yes, sir, go over there. I turn around, it's the first time I have auditorium of adults and kids and black belts and all kinds of belts, dude. Motherfucker, I'm ready. So what do? I do what I do best. What? Just do what you know. Do what you know you can do. That's it. Do what you know you can do. Ready? Let's go imagine. How do I get that job? Start imagining. Just get the idea. There's your beginning. Now what? Keep the idea moving as a particle. Move it around. If you stop, it'll go away. L. Ron Hubbard said, create. Keep it moving. Add to it. Do shit. Get pictures, we'll listen to music about it, get a fucking tattoo about it, go have a conversation about it, go even riot against it, because it'll build it. Build it in you. You need information, you need interaction with the particle. You have to hit the particle of your mind with your own energy. You have to bring your imagination in your life and then hit your life. You have to tell people, I'm going to go become the president. And they need to laugh at you. And say, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. You shoot the particle out. They say that information comes in, you gather it, you align the information to get closer to being the president again, or whatever the fuck you're doing, right? Your goal is the first imagination particle as you shoot it out. Okay? Now, as long as I, whoever that is, now when I say I, I'm not talking about just Rashti Bazaar. Listen to the words. As long as I, even a fish can right now apply this, because that's what the fish feels like. I. Okay? At any moment, I have discovered a law. You test it now. Got it? Space traveler, test this law. As long as I can create, cause to exist a particle that I can again experience, I'm invincible in the ether. I'm only limited by my ability to create a particle that can counter that particle. Sun, sunscreen. Water, scuba gear. There is the particle of nature. Here's a particle of man's mind against it. Gravity, airplane. Damn, you can't stop this motherfucker. Right? Animals, walls. Heat, air conditioner. What you got? Right? What are you going to do me now? Spitting. What are you going to do me now? Right? We're like the retarded race of apes who can't even get along with each other, who are close to reaching the gods. They better be scared. They better be scared that the apple that was eaten was not fully processed at some point. But what if mankind overcame his fear? Because ever since he ate the apple, he's been put in fear. What if he said, fuck you? Then what happens? Right? You ever go out into a bully and said, all right, there's nothing I can do about it, fuck you. Hit me again, hit me again, hit me again. And you realize he can't kill you. He can just hurt you. But he runs out of hurting you after a while because he was hurting you so that you would stop doing something. But what if I don't stop imagining whatever I want? What if I think like a god? Could I be invincible? Yes, to the moment that I believe I am not invincible. Now, I who speaks is not a body. And the only invincibility there is of the spirit. And that's a message from all the messengers from way back that somehow could visit this prison planet or break their own chains. They had one message to everybody. You are not that body. You are not that mind. You are not those emotions. You are not that identity. Motherfucker, get it. Yeah, I got it. No, I said get it. Right? I got it, but I'll get it after. I said get it. That once you get that, you stop being, back to my teacher, Manu Tipo. I'm going to end it with his words. Once you get that, now, Manu, you stop being the pieces on the playboard and you start being the player behind the pieces. Manu Tipo. AZD, IMC Nation, be the best, fuck the rest, share this video with everyone.